So as long as we understand that those times are going to come, but that we are pretty consistent, most of the time we are working on ourselves and doing the things that make us a better version of ourselves. We don't really you shouldn't get down on yourself if there's a few moments where you don't things don't go as planned, because that is normal in your progression. And after a time, as you become more and you start discovering more of who you are, and I say that because there's nothing more exciting than doing that. Once you really get into it and you find out, you're going to find out things about yourself that you didn't even know about yourself. Not only that, but you didn't even know existed, and it's existing in you. So as you develop, and as we, I should say, develop, these discoveries become apparent, and they're there to empower us. So the more we become empowered, that means the more we're able to control and be masters of our environments. And then the tables turn. The tables turn. But that takes time, and it takes time because it is information and knowing and knowledge and practice that causes that to happen. So if it's even in your thought, if you're at the level where one day you even forgot about everything, and then you go, oh, I didn't even, then we have a place, then we have some work to do. But if you wake up and you go, oh, I didn't do my clearing, but oh gosh, let me check that. And it's on your mind, at least it's a part of your reality at a certain degree. And that's important because that means it can move from there to here. Meaning progression, that means progression can be made. But if it doesn't even exist in your thought, the working on the self, the becoming a better, if it doesn't exist, then it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm of the understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that everyone here, even though this is your first time with us here, Lauren, you're still in the position where if you were not interested in self-discovery and becoming more, then you probably wouldn't be here. You probably wouldn't be here, because you are in line with what life is all about. All of us, life is about becoming just a little bit more. No one wants to be stagnated. No one wants to be told this is all you can do, this is all you can be, and nothing more. That's the worst thing you could tell somebody, right? Nobody's really gonna go for that. And if they do believe that, it only takes a bit of time before they get sick of it and start looking for where that can be, to where they can debunk that. And that's how life is. Uh, we see life everywhere. I think I told that story where we're in San Francisco, we were driving past the bridge, and across the bridge in the water was this rock. And on that rock was a tree coming out of it, along with other, plant life and all that, probably animal life, because where plants are, animals are. And that rock doesn't hold a lot of water, it doesn't hold a lot of nutrients. But that tree is still making its way because that's the nature of life. And we are life, and that is in our nature. You know, even if it's misguided, we think we're growing, but we're not. It's still in our nature to reach out and grow and become more. So, on the days that you have those situations where can't do it exactly the way I want to, you know, make just take a little bit, do a little, take a little bit, and I say steal. It's not really stealing because it's your time, and steal that time and make a determination that that time is going to exist. And as that effort is made, then there is something that happens. Many say it's the universe, but it's you. Something happens, and that time starts to bend to your will. And other aspects of you that you will become aware of later will start going to work for you. Things inside of you will start going to work. Your subconscious mind, for example, where we're working right now, will begin to find ways because now that's your desire. And the mind is a funny thing. Whatever it is you believe in, or whatever it is you say that, in particular, whatever it is you say that you are, it will fight tooth and nail to make that true. That's why words are very important. That's why words are and what you believe in, especially when it comes to how you feel about yourself, is so important because the subconscious mind, which is the thing that, which is the part of us that really controls our lives, because it decides 70% of what goes on with us. And only the conscious mind, the one we go to school with and all this other stuff and do our jobs with and do all the things that we do, that only accounts for about 4% of the thought process. So if you do the math, subconscious, 70%, conscious, 4%, super conscious, we won't get into that, is what's in the middle there. Do the math, that subconscious will always win most of the time, even though it is not the thing that is out front. The conscious mind, the masculine side of mind, the subconscious is the feminine, the conscious is the masculine, even though the masculine side of mind, whether you're a woman or man, has nothing to do with what our sex is, but the masculine part of mind is always out front. But the one that controls everything is the feminine part of mind, which is the subconscious mind. Because you can say, we say it all the time, man, I hear this a lot. I keep meeting the same people, blah, 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 the words, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather meet some new people. I need to meet some new people. And then you turn around the next month, it's the same people. They just got different faces and different bodies. That's because the subconscious mind is saying, that's what you got down here. This is what you believe in down here. No matter what this guy is saying up here. Right? So part of what we're doing is bringing and making it, bringing the subconscious mind and the conscious mind into alignment with each other. That way, what you're thinking here is also what's going on down here. And so that's really important. Now, any questions? Anybody have any comments? You guys can. All right. All right. So,
Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. What was the original question or comment?
Oh, the comment. Lacey had said that she's really she does her clearing, she does inner work, but there are some times where things just happen, and she's and there's those days where she doesn't get to do anything. So my commentary is about how in the beginning that's the case, but as we become more knowledgeable, more stronger spiritually, start stepping more into our spiritual authority, just to sum it up, then that will start to change, because we will start to change that. And you start off by, even in days like that, you insist that there is a portion of time that you're going to give to it, no matter what. And you decide what that time is. And when you do that, what will start happening, forces that are within you, many people say the universe, but I like to say within you, because there is a universe within us. It's not just talk. The distance of cells between each other in the body is the same as the distance of stars. We have a sun within us. It's right here in the chest. We call that the solar sun, solar plexus. We have all of the ingredients. Everything that the universe is made of is within every human being. So we are the universe, while there are universes existing out there. It's
absolutely
all interchangeable. Yeah. So I like to say what's within you. Others say the universe, but that's a bit distant. That's too distant, because what actually is doing the work is inside of you, not anywhere out there. Not anywhere out there. So that's where that came from.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries. And it starts, and so you always give yourself, be easy on yourself, and but while at the same time not telling yourself any lies, being truthful to yourself, you know, is very important. Are things getting in the way because they have a higher priority than you? So if that's true, don't, accept
No
that. Because
half
once you
truths.
accept that, yeah, once you accept that, there's nothing wrong. You accept that, then you can start changing it. If you tell that to me, look, it's just that these things are happening, blah, blah, blah. And I can't really do the things that I can do to make myself a better person, because that's what this is all about here. In all phases and in all senses, and it will reflect in your reality. You will transform your reality. Your manifestations will start to happen because you create them, not because they happen to you by chance. Hey, hey, Faye. All of that is what we're all working towards.
Hey,
You know?
Faye. Hi. Hey. How you doing?
So on the journey and on the way to that,
Hi.
there are things that we encounter. So let's get to what we're going to be working on today. Now, I want to say, Lauren, we've been working on a lot of things, but don't worry. I would like to set up like some time with you, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and kind of give you a sequence to catch you up. Don't worry, there's no such thing as you're behind or anything like that. So that's not what it's about. It's just getting you some powerful tools that we're all right now using. And also, you have this is a group here where we help each other as well. You can communicate with Lacey, you can communicate with any one of us, Joanne. We're all here to help each other, encourage each other, so that I don't know if you've heard this, you're in it for yourself, but not by yourself. And I really mean that. This is about you doing it for yourself. Enough of giving to the world. Okay? We've done that enough. Now it's time for every one of us to start focusing inward on ourselves. And that's what this is about. And the world will take care of itself. So today we're going to work on the heart. The plan was to go to the emotional body, but I move according to guidance, because when you move according to guidance, you always do what is needed and what is most needed, and it will enhance what you do after that.
And hearts come up lately a lot.
A lot.
Too. Mm-hmm.
A lot, with a lot of us. So that's why I'm moving towards that. The heart is, we were working together spiritually with Spirit, Joanna and I, earlier this week. And it was as your higher self had come in, and I'd always looked at the stomach, the brain and the stomach. And just as a quick review, we have three minds, of course. Even now, science agrees with that. We have that mind. The heart has its own mind, independent of any of the other minds. And your stomach has its own mind, and it is the original mind. Because even the neurons in the brain, when we're babies in the stomach being formed in the wombs of our moms, the neurons are formed in the stomach and then sent up to the brain.
Belly brain.
And now, from the belly brain. And now they're finding out that we do make new neurons, and it's still made down in the gut area and sent up here. They're not created here. They're down here. And this is the central nervous system that is responsible for our evolution. The mind and the stomach and the heart and even the brain, they're all responsible, but the center of it all is in the stomach. So what I learned from Joanne's Spirit, which is I say joint spirit, but I always say it's all us. All right. Is that
All me.
intuition? You do you want to tell the story? You want me to tell it?
No, go on.
Maybe I should because I was writing the notes when we do.
Yeah,
when we
no,
do-
I don't remember.
I was writing. Yeah, the story behind it, and her spirit was talking about the human condition, and she said that it's important for humanity to remember to really feel and to remember the intelligence of intuition more so than even we do now. And that intuition comes from the stomach and the heart. I've always believed that it's in the stomach, but it's not just there, it's the heart. So, working both of these parts of us is extremely important because it is the intuitive side of us, the part of us that spirits communicates through, that's going to get us through all of this stuff, the stuff that they've got going on, because this reality is a doozy. And it's working on you when you don't even think that it is. This, what they call matrix, is a doozy. And it is only through this and this, the heart and the stomach and the brain, that we're going to be able to figure our way through it, because that's where the guidance comes from. And our spirits can see all of it and guide us through, but we have to get rid of any fogginess, any kind of doubt, any kind of overlaying of the logical mind on top of that. The logical mind is important. It's here. It's what allows us to survive, drive our cars, do the shopping, work, draw, all those things. But it should never be put in the same category with the spirit and with the mind of the heart or in the mind of the stomach. Because the logical mind is also where our egos lay. And we want to make sure that that doesn't go into places that it has no business being in. And by strengthening and coming into relationship with the intuition through heart and stomach, we then expand. And now with that expansion, we can use the logical mind for the things that it's good for and designed for, which is the physical reality, and use these other two minds for the things that they're designed for. And when you work all three of them in their proper categories, you are in complete alignment with life, your spirit, your body, your mind, and your feelings. So I'm going to do some working on the heart today. We are, not we. And I'm going to start with some things that we can do physically, that we should do physically to work from the physical and inward, and also from the energetic, spiritual, and inward. And so we're approaching it from all sides. So let's start with crystals. Oh, any questions, any suggestions so far? Okay, let's start with crystals. Bear in mind, also, if your intuition or your spirit guides you to the crystal that